Sent to the future from the year 2000 by a glitch due to the Millennium Bug, I'm adapting to thrive in the peculiar conditions of the 2020s. Join me in a multimedia extravaganza as we surf the World Wide Web, catch up on 2 decades of video games and mess around with creative tools new and old. I'm Millennium Cyborg, welcome to the new millennium. Nobody saw the 20 minutes or so of... It was more than that, wasn't it? It's very late. It took a while. I broke everything. Again, the way that I break my stream setup in between all streams is actually a very lovable trait and no one is mad. Okay. It's time to finish off, maybe, Journeyman Project 3 and with it the entire Journeyman Project series of games. I think we'll get through it all today quite quickly based on vaguely remembering what we were up to last time, but maybe we'll get stuck, maybe we'll take another stream. Alright, let's get right into it. I failed to get right into it today. Absolutely failed. What are we doing? Doing that, and this, and that, and there we are. And then stop that. And bring in game audio. All right. Right, I remember that I left myself a save where I was about to... where it was obvious what I needed to do next. I'm grateful to my past self. We are going down this hatch, about to enter the main temple of Atlantis.
Gage, any second they're going to turn that water back on and, well, to cut to the chase, this suit can only be dry cleaned.
All right. Go on. What do you have to say?
That dais structure in the room's center shows some stunning craftsmanship. This chamber must be sacred since the dais is covered with ornamental bullheads.
All right. So this is actually where we cut off the water just earlier. I'll have a quick look around, but there's an obvious ladder for us to go up.
This mural might be depicting some form of religious ceremony. The basin at the top is filling up with water from the geyser. What's interesting to me is that pyramid object inside the water column. It seems to be suspended inside the water.
Mm-hmm. Probably what we're looking for. Oh. Okay, so this is going to be, I think, Elliot Sinclair. And I was wondering, we did spy him, Elliot Sinclair, inventor of time travel, we did spy him in this time period, right at the beginning of the game, and I did not remember whether he was a surviving Atlantean or had time traveled back to this time period. So first of all, there we are. We steal his appearance, perhaps useful for later.
Who are you? Why are you here a day early? No, this was not the plan. Go back. Tell them I will deal only with Padros.
Either he's one of those trendy young Elliot Sinclair impersonators, or Saros is Elliot Sinclair. From the looks of his outfit, I'd say he's an important guy around here. Something about being a Templar allowed him to live until your time. Thousands of years later.
Right.
Think it's something in the tap water?
He will only deal with Padros. The Windmill Keeper, perhaps?
Have I not made myself clear? I will speak only with Padros.
Who else do we have? Well, it's either... It could be the guard.
Have I not made myself clear?
No, okay.
Padros.
Okay.
I'm glad to see they agreed to send you. You know, seeing you again brings back the good times we had during initiate training. That is until... Well, I wish I'd had the courage back then to stand with you, instead of biting my tongue and grudgingly accepting the Templars' insular views. I was a coward.
Yes, their views were very, insular.
Yes. And you were absolutely right. The Gaelith does not belong to the Templars. It was meant for everyone. What right do they have to determine who should or shouldn't receive its healing grace? And despite great risk to yourself, you stood by your beliefs, even though it would mean at the very least giving up an opportunity you had waited your entire lifetime for.
Opportunity?
The opportunity to commune with the Gaelith. To find out if you were worthy of its most precious gift. Eternal life. But now you shall have your chance. I will not stand in your way. I hereby renounce my title of Guardian Templar. I haven't the stomach for it.
Well...
But before I go, you will need this. It will no longer serve me.
What will you do now?
When I became a Templar initiate, I truly believed the Order was my life's calling. But I now realize that I cannot do the world a service by sequestering the Gaelith from those in need. I have been given a gift, and it's time I use it. I can help others, share with them the teachings of the Earth Mother. Her blessings were meant for all. Your courage has helped me to see this, and now I must call upon my own to find my way. Good luck, my friend.
Interesting. So, it's interesting to think about how this fits into the plot of the first game. So, the one we know as Elliot Sinclair, father of time travel, was also researching other technologies, what was called morphing technology and biotechnology and all sorts of things. And I guess if he's been alive for thousands of years, that gives him a reason to be such a polymath. When he... So in the timeline that he was in, Atlantis, he saw Atlantis being destroyed by aliens. which justifies his strong anti-alien stance in the first game, where he goes as far as to use time travel and assassinating key figures and so on to try to turn humans against the aliens. He didn't go so far as to try to warn the Atlanteans, though. But I suppose maybe that was too much of a change of history for him. I don't know. Still, it makes his motivations make a lot more sense.
We are the second children of the Earth Mother, doomed to be consumed by her first children, the sun and the moon. As the two enemies move through the heavens, both fighting each other for the Mother's power, the world beneath trembles from their terrible might. We know that one day they will come together and cause the dark day that will destroy our city, the Kalos Kalire. They seem to have incorporated the sun and the moon into their religion mythology. The eclipse of the sun and moon represent the day that the Saroans and the Quoth Thalas battle over Atlantis and destroy the city. Following the assumption that the Atlanteans believed the aliens were gods, the Earth Mother that appeared before the Templars and gave them immortality must have been the Sosequi, posing as their Earth deity. The symbol in the middle of the mural must represent the artifact of life that the Sosequi aliens entrusted with the Templars. That's not exactly a Casio, but it looks like some form of mechanism that tracks the passage of time. That must be what a moon meant by a clockwork device. See those prominent representations of the sun and moon? This device is measuring the movements of the sun and the moon through the sky. Call me crazy, but clearly this contraption could count like a clock to constitute a clever cosmic calendar. Capiche?
Sun disk. Right, it's got a gear on the back. Well, there's a spot where a gear seems to be missing. Okay. A bit weird that he just gives us a gear and says, like, I mean, instead of just, why is the gear not there in the first place? But
every clock needs some sort of stored energy to keep accurate time. I don't see a giant rodent treadmill, so I'd say this calendar clock is powered by measured volumes of water.
alright, well we've advanced the calendar to the time of the eclipse.
Yes, well, you see, I killed all those bulls with my bare hands. But that chicken, oh, goodness gracious, he nearly beat me to death.
Ew. If that's what healing water did to a chicken.
Okay, buddy. So what now? Well, we've opened these stairs. Do we reopen the trapdoor, perhaps? And there it is.
Brilliant work! Looks like your water clock repair correspondence class has finally paid off. Let's grab that rock and get out of here.
I wonder if we'll use the appearance of Elliot Sinclair.
Excellent work, Gage. While you were gone, Dalton and Michelle discovered something remarkable about the first artifact.
We concentrated our efforts on the overlapping symbols covering the artifact. With a little luck, we found formulae beneath several layers of inscriptions.
And this is the remarkable part. The formulae details the physics necessary for time travel. The very same physics that powers our own jumpsuits.
So the secret of time travel was purposely hidden in our past? And Dr. Sinclair invents that same technology centuries later.
Interesting.
Dear Lord, what is this thing?
Good face.
Morthalis have entered the Earth system?
Nothing has deterred them. They've ignored the Cyrolan ambassador's plea for peace talks. The symbiotry appears powerless. It looks like it's all up to us.
I'll find the last artifact.
We still have the gear for some reason. We still have a bunch of the Atlantean artifacts. Well, so we're done with Atlantis and we're done with Shangri-La. Only El Dorado left. I wonder, we weren't able to make much progress before, and I don't know what we've collected here that would... help. Am I supposed to know what to do with this? And we somehow... Can I get more clay and take an imprint of that symbol, I wonder? I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Guess we don't need more gold leaf. Already looked at those. So there was something about the elements of wind and flame, right? I wonder, actually, we should just talk to... Maybe we didn't get a new item, but maybe the priest is now done with his meditations.
Stop where you are! Haku, please, I do not have time to speak with you. Go back to your farm and care for your boy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Haku. Remember, keep your boy at the farm tonight.
Maybe not. This isn't a... The scribe, I mean, we didn't have any luck with these different combinations of talking to people last time. Where did we get the butter boiler? Oh right, yak butter. Well, if we've got a bunch of yak butter... I feel like I could use a hint at this point. Did we get any hints?
Stop where you are!
Senior Scowls is taking his post seriously. We can either try to sweet-talk our way past the guard or figure out a diversion. I think we have to get rid of the guard somehow. Maybe we can put the guard to sleep. Gage, go talk to him about your love life.
A diversion. What diversion could I possibly...
I have been distracted too long from my watch. You must go now!
Can we talk the child into distracting the guard, perhaps? We already exhausted the dialogue with the child. We tried every... Okay.
We want to see the shaman, but the guard won't let anyone pass. Let's try to sneak around behind him. Maybe if we walk quietly through that bush between the wall, he won't spot us.
What? Oh my god. Seriously? Do I release the balloon somehow for him to chase after, or... Yes. Well, I don't feel bad about missing that. It's not at all obvious.
Hang around. Hey, let go! You're unraveling my sweater! No matter what time period you live in, traveling coach is always bad. Quick, pull him up to the balloon so we can toss him over the side again. Hey, I bet he feels like he's got the world on a string. Get it? World on a... I'll be quiet now.
Okay, well... Let's do a save, actually. I should do a save. After all that... Whoa. Hello.
I thought gargoyles were made of stone. This one's made of mean and ugly. You can't change your chameleon guys directly.
Hold, Jaebul. The shaman sees no one until the rituals are complete. Return to your work.
When will the shaman see me?
The shaman is very busy. He will summon you when he is ready, Jaebul. Until then, go back to your work.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Jaebul.
Alright. So that's the aviator leader. We've got the aviator warrior. Let's try that.
What are you doing here? You are supposed to be guarding the balloon landing. Our people are depending on the warriors to defend the village against our enemies. Return to your post!
Sir, hi. Could you tell me what my post was again?
You are supposed to be guarding the aviary in the balloon landing. Stop wasting my time and get back to your vigil.
Who are these enemies?
Our ancient enemies from legend. The Great Winged Brothers return soon. They mean to battle in our village to find the spirit's power. We must be ready to defend our village and our shaman.
Goodbye.
Stay alert, warrior.
Does he stop us? No, he doesn't actually stop us, so...
I'm thinking joyride. Cage, you bring the cheese, I'll bring the wine, a little altitude, some romantic music, bright stars. Look into my eyes, Cage. Someone just used this vehicle. The heating element is still hot. The jar on the floor of the gondola must contain the gas to lift the balloon. I assume the gas travels through the connecting tube into the jar to be ignited into hot air.
Mm-hmm. So we need something with the condensed steel sort of thing? Or do we need a new gas cylinder? No.
The getaway balloon and these jars confirm my suspicion. Jam smugglers.
So... Oh. The shaman must be behind the other guard. Well, we probably need to talk to the shaman first before using this, maybe. I don't think any of this stuff helps us. Can't interact with any part of the mechanism. Alright. Let's try as the farmer, since we're out of options.
How cool! The shaman sees no one today. Return to your farm. How did you get in here? This is no place for boys. Go back to your farm, Achiul.
Kokwar, stay your hand. Allow the boy in.
Okay, that...
I have need to speak with him.
Sure.
Don't worry. I don't think he is armed.
I'm totally armed.
Well, Acheo, have you come to hear a story?
Can you tell me about the spirits?
The old teachers. There have been 6. Most only know of the element spirits. Fire, earth, air, and water. But the other 2, they are different.
Tell me about the 2 other spirits.
Most would find this difficult. But I think that you would understand it, Acheo. The 2 other spirits are time and space. Time consumes all. Space encompasses all. Together, they are all. They show me the dreams of what was, and what is to come in the ritual of seeing.
What is the ritual of seeing?
When I ride my holy balloon over the pampas, spirits show me a place that no other eyes can look upon. The dream place. I see the ancient lines traced by our forefathers, moving across the plains like snakes, until I see images of yesterday and tomorrow.
Please speak of the 4 element spirits.
They used to live among us long ago. They showed us how to master our land with knowledge. They showed us how to bring water to the plateaus and make wells. They showed us how to harness fire and air to fly into the skies. And then they left.
Where did the spirits go?
They went to the dream place. They still speak to me during the ritual of seeing.
Tell me the story.
Long before you and I, time and space begot the 4 element spirits. Together, they bore many children, including twin brothers. 2 great birds, who each founded mighty tribes. When the spirits disappeared from the world, the brothers fought across many lands for the right to inherit a totem that held the secrets of the spirits. Fearing that the brothers would abuse the totem's power, the watchful spirits asked a young man in a village to help them.
Whoa. Talk about deja vu. Doesn't this sound eerily familiar? Talk about deja vu. Doesn't this sound... Sorry, I couldn't resist. Why did the brothers fight?
They would not share in the inheritance of their elders, both arrogantly believing the other to be unworthy of claiming the totem.
Who was this young man?
He was the first shaman. Before the brothers came to the village, the spirits of time and space broke the totem into 3 pieces and gave the shaman one of them to go and hide. Knowing the brothers' power, the shaman pleaded with the element spirits for guidance.
Where are the pieces?
One was given to the young man, the first shaman of our people, to hide. The other 2, scattered by the spirits of time and space.
Did the spirits guide the young man?
Yes. Walakwa and Kohabota, the spirits of fire and air, heard the shaman's cry and whisked him into the clouds. While high above his village, he saw the perfect hiding place, so he went there and concealed the totem. He asked all of the elements to guard it, and they have ever since. This happened many generations ago, and yet, there is still more.
Where was the hiding place?
Somewhere near the temple, concealed by 2 elements and guarded by the rest.
Tell me the rest of the story.
brothers never found the totem. I left to search for it far away. Ever since, the shaman of each generation has dreamed of the brothers' return. But I have seen a new dream of the story's end and of another young man.
Who is the young man?
You, Achael. There is something special about you. You have a destiny. You must save the totem from destruction, for it has a great purpose. You will finish the story. Remember what I have told you. Call upon the spirits. They will help you as they did the first shaman. You will also need the talisman that I gave you. You will know what to do with it. Do you still have it?
Totally.
Oh, of course.
Good. It will be important to you later. Spirits guard you, Achael, on your journey. I know that you will make me proud. A young warrior.
Obviously, the shaman has accurate visions of the future, but in the vision he saw Achael doing these things. It was actually us in the guise of Achael. In order to get the talisman, I'm guessing we'll take the appearance of the shaman and ask Achael, where's the talisman? Give it to us, we need it.
What is the ending?
Our city dies. Our warriors all perish in battle. Valiantly. The brothers spare nothing. Only a young man will survive. The one who will save the totem.
What is this totem?
It is an object that contains a great knowledge of the spirits. It is meant for all of their children, when all are grown and ready.
Goodbye, shaman.
May the spirits watch you today.
I like the cat tapestry in the background. Well, maybe not a cat, but... Alright. Ooh, actually, we've got a view of... a view here. Just want to see what, how they rendered the larger landscape. Alright, kid. Time to be useful.
Shaman, I had the dream you spoke of. I saw everything you said I would see.
Interesting. Tell me about your dreams.
I was in your balloon, rushing into the air, and I can see the whole city. The lines on the pampas moved and formed pictures, animals, and people. And I can hear many other shamans talking to me. They told me to look to the temple.
What did you see on the temple?
I saw the faces of the spirits. They said that they knew where the totem was. Then I woke up from the dream.
Do you still have the talisman I gave you?
Why? Do you want the talisman? You gave it to me.
Mine broke.
Chael, I need to take back the talisman for a little while. I need it for an important ceremony.
Oh, of course, my shaman.
The talisman is very ornate. It's shaped like a feathered dragon serpent, the Kuatl. One more trip to 7-Eleven and I'll have the whole set. Goodbye.
Thank you for visiting me, shaman. I can't wait to hear more stories later.
Let's see. It's a flint, right? So there's two things it looks like it could be used for. One is the balloon and one is the water feature that had an indent. So I think I'll try the balloon first, since we might see something from above that then is a clue we need. I think the other guys still hang on to that balloon. Where's the valve? This doesn't seem safe. Dun, dun, dun.
Sinclair says, I'm sorry, but that painting just sucks. But this time, instead of getting mad, I just walk away, as if saying, girlfriend, don't even go there. So then he says, Gage, have you been listening to a word I've said? From this view, we can pretty much see everything. But I can give some telescopic help if you'd like to sightsee a little better. I hope you brought quarters. Gage! See the two birds poised over the arrow-shaped pool? Those birds must represent the brothers. They're fighting over the pool.
Oh, interesting. That could be a code or something. Just grabbing a photo of that.
Those Nazca-like lines must represent different times in history. I assume you saw something in those lines while you were daydreaming. It's incredible that they use such a sweeping landscape as their book of history.
That's it. That's all we need to see. Don't mind me, buddy. Just on my way. This has got to be the longest continuous section where you can just hold down forward in the game. Well, I mean, this spot was easier to find than the the pathway behind.
He's single, he time travels, he parts water. Ladies and gentlemen, Gage Blackwood.
Okay, those are the symbols we saw
Gage,
earlier.
we found it! The actual birthplace of Pez!
Just looking up the photo we took. So, I assume there's 4 of these? Probably. So on this first one, it's this sort of robot-looking one.
Hey, the eyes glow! Normally, only your eyes can light up a room, Gage. I recognize some of these heads from the wall depicting the great story inside the top of the temple. The story on the wall referred to them as the element spirits. 24 ugly heads on the wall, 24 ugly
It's another
heads.
one of these things where
If
he's
one
got
of those heads should
an
happen to
endless
fall,
selection of
23
jokes
ugly
to
heads
make.
on the wall. I think what we have here is a primitive version of the popular arcade game Whack-A-Mole. Yes. This art piece says so much to me. It's as if the heads were yelling out, hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, but the other 21 of us are gonna have fun. Hey Gage, this is just like your tub, only you have the Muppet baby heads. At what point do you think they turned to the pool contractor and said, okay, enough with the heads already? I know it's overkill on the whole head thing, but I'll take this over the little peeing cherub boy any day. Well, I guess we're headed in the right direction. Ow! How
Thank
did
you,
you
Arthur.
find my groin, Gage?
Alright. This one's the bear-looking one. Parrot. And whatever this is.
That seemed to do the trick. Sounds like we opened a door nearby.
Okay.
A pessimist might view a wall of fire popping up in front of them as a minor setback. But you, Gage, you're a rock. Stop crying. We can get through this.
I wonder.
Cinnamon! No, Gage, your eyebrow's on fire.
Is it a timing thing?
I'm allergic to flame.
Do we need to bring the water back to extinguish the flames? Okay.
Bravo, Gage! That should be the last of the Element Guardians. Now let's search the rest of this temple.
Well, it was guarded by water and fire. Oh.
Here's gourmet food for thought. The shaman, thinking that you were the farm boy Achael, confided that he had a dream about the boy. The shaman saw Achael save the artifact and said that he had a great destiny. Gage, you were disguised as the boy when you visited the shaman. Do you think that he really dreamed about you?
I like the phrase gourmet food for thought. That's a pretty good one. Okay, what do we have here? Actually, I'm gonna take a very short break and I will be right back. we're back.
I'll translate that large grouping of pictograms on the pillar. Ever since the spirit teachers first gave our shamans the gift of the dream seeing, our people have been entrusted with recording stories that have passed and stories that will come. We have seen that the wrath of the brothers spans across many generations. Far, far into tomorrow, more years than can be counted by generations, the brothers will return for a final battle when all of the totems are brought together. Our shamans have seen many murky dreams about this coming conflict. Although the outcome is uncertain, the fate of the world will be decided. The city of Earth and Water was the first city that the spirits visited. They taught them the power of life and healing, but their city was consumed by the brothers in a battle of fire and wind. One terrible day in the shadows of tomorrow, the brothers will come to find the totem that will allow them to see time as our shamans do. They will destroy our city, but our culture, our stories, and our totem will be saved by a brave warrior. One terrible day in the shadows of tomorrow, the brothers will come to find the totem that will allow them to see time as our shamans.
Oh, well, there it is. I thought we were going to have another layer of puzzle, but...
Our culture, our stories, and our totem will be saved by a brave warrior. That must be the artifact! Hurry and grab it, Gage, and I'll jump us back to TSA.
Alright, I think we're about to see the final cutscene. I don't think there's any more interaction. This is based on ancient memories, but... here we go.
I have it! I found the third artifact. You're just in time, Gage. The Porthalis, they just entered Earth's orbit. It won't be long before they locate the TSA.
Receiving a high-priority communication from the Sarolan cruiser Aquila.
We have felt a great disturbance from the TSA. You have the legacy. If we have sensed it, believe that the Quotha lost know as well. We are sending Sarolan sentinels to assist you.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Porthalis have breached the outer shielding. All security teams prepared to intercept. I say again, the Porthalis have breached the outer
Gage,
shielding.
before everything gets even more chaotic, I just wanted to say, well, be careful.
Oh, no, I'm sorry for framing you?
Gage, the three artifacts are projecting some kind of image. I recognize some of the elements. Remember the Sasiqui symbol that the Sarolan ambassador showed us?
This pendant is an ancient Sosiqui relic that our archaeologists discovered on another planet. We believe this symbol is a Sosiqui marking that represents their legacy. The true legacy might also bear this mark.
I think we need to create that symbol by manipulating these artifacts.
Sure.
If I'm not mistaken, each artifact is projecting its forward face to create that central image. That Sosiqui symbol must have a special meaning. If I were taking a Rorschach inkblot test, I would say it looks like a butterfly. Interpreted another way, it could possibly represent the struggle for the legacy. Notice the claw-like hands grasping for the three pyramid objects? Those could represent three races, all grasping for the powers of the legacy.
I feel like solving one final not very good puzzle. It's what happened in the first one. I don't remember for the second one. I don't think... Oh, in the second one it was better, right? Because we had to... What was it? We had to hack into Michelle's jumpsuit or something? I think it was a bit, at least a bit more interesting. So what have we got? Click.
When you touch the front face of one of the artifacts, it stops projecting its image into the center. That could be extremely helpful. By turning off a piece, you can see how it affects the central image.
There are 3 different ways to rotate.
Looks like each of the faces are unique, and with 3 pyramid-shaped objects, each with 4 faces, carry the 1, there are exactly 1,728 possible combinations. I assume there's at least one combination in there that will solve whatever test this is. Or this thing is unsolvable and we go absolutely drooling mad trying. Now I understand how the image is being generated. The central image is a composite of all 3 artifact faces. It looks like the overlapping regions between any 2 pieces cancel each other out.
Why does that one not... There we go. We're close, but probably not in a way that's useful. I feel like these, so if we look at these 2, I think this is a trap. Because there's no way to make this one show, this remaining one show, show the 3 triangles. So it can't be those. What about this one that has all 3 triangles? And we'd want one with no triangles. Probably. I don't think there's any way to make this work. Oh, hold on. No, okay. It would be tempting to look for ones with one of the triangle points on each one. Can we find one on this top one? No.
Hang on, Gage. The face on the lower left artifact looks like it has a lot of elements. That looks like a correct piece. Let's keep that side facing us and concentrate on turning the other two artifacts.
Okay, I'll take it. Maybe one with no triangle on this one. There was one more. There we go. Alright. Give me that cutscene. Some good FMV.
The legacy was meant for all races.
Agent Blackwood! Quickly, give us the legacy! The Coastal Lost will destroy us all if they claim it!
Sorolan killers have no right to our legacy.
Can't you see the cycle is happening again? Your two races are battling each other over something that's supposed to bring peace. I won't let you turn this place into another battleground.
Bit late for that. What the? Are they just the same race of aliens, but they use a different... They use biomechanical mech things? Oh, we're being raptured.
Know that the Sosequi have long since transcended your universe. Our legacy has waited thousands of years for its proper heir. It contains the sum of our wisdom. It is the collective essence of what we were, and what we are, and what we will be. This knowledge must be tempered with maturity. Its secrets will be shared with the many races around the galaxy, but only when they are ready for such an awesome responsibility. Until that time, the legacy will be safeguarded by beings who have already demonstrated their worth, wielding the disciplines of time, matter, and life.
Humans will claim their birthright and become the stewards of the Sosequi legacy. They will share its knowledge with the galaxy when the other races have proven their worthiness.
We understand the elders, and we will obey.
Well, this is set in an imaginary future where humans have ended war already a while back and so on. I guess they're more plausible stewards of the legacy.
A great fate lurks in the future of humankind. Elliot told me that often. You must be Gage Blackwood.
I am. The service was very touching, Reverend. You wanted to see me?
Yes. Throughout his long life, Elliot always believed that it was his duty to guide humanity toward a destiny. But 10 years ago, when the Sorolans came to invite us into the symbiotry, he misjudged and insisted that they had come to conquer. Blinded by his zeal to protect Earth, he acted rashly.
I was imprisoned on Vega Thalon, yes, I know. I put him there.
Gage, when you came to see Elliot, prison had already eroded his faith in humanity and his will to live. But he asked me to tell you that you were not responsible for his death. A great time is coming in our history, he said, and he believed that you would help to usher it in. That thought comforted Elliot in his last moments. I want to thank you for coming, Gage.
Thank you, Reverend.
He was a great man once. You know, his death really wasn't your fault. Gage, I wanted to thank you.
I don't have my leap motion, so I can't salute right now.
I didn't expect to see you at my hearing, but because of your testimony, they commuted my sentence.
You redeemed yourself. I only spoke the truth.
Yeah, but you put your reputation on the line after everything I did to you.
I'm saluting IRL, even though you can't see it.
It's all in the past, Michelle. We both know we can't change the past.
Have you decided whether you're going to accept the symbiotry's offer?
No, I haven't. I told them I needed more time.
Retirement's not your style, Gage.
Oh no.
Besides, I think your ego would swell up too much if I had to call you Mr. Ambassador to the quoth the lost, sir.
Arthur?
Remember, Commissioner Jack wanted you at the ceremony early.
Why did I agree to that?
Why? Because you saved the world again.
No, no one can save us from his puns.
No help from your friends.
All right. Point taken. I won't forget to mention you.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. And when will this magnanimous mention occur? After dessert or during the cab ride home?
I think he's just piloting the chameleon suit without
Even though
us.
Genghis Khan would make a big splash at our reception, I need to assume a more formal chameleon guise. Something macho. Gage, do we have time to jump back and meet Dick Clark? Who? Never mind. He'll probably be at the party.
Well, there we are. I'm glad I played through all of this again. Some of my favourite adventure games. I really like the music, the atmosphere, the FMV. Some of the puzzles were less than ideal, but I forgive it. I wonder if there's any making of sort of content. There was a bit for the first game, but I'm not sure if any for this one.
Gage, your theme music is lovely, but I think it's about time we played a little something for the kids. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. Arthur, dun dun dun. They called him Arthur.
Oh dear.
Dun dun dun. He was an artificial intelligence that was cool. Arthur, dun dun dun. They called him
The live-action
Arthur,
characters were all
dun,
cast from the
they
Screen
thought
Actors
that his
Guild. Nearly a
singing
month
was
spent on rehearsing and
annoying,
filming
but
the
he
live-action
was no
footage and voice acting.
Artificial as soap, artificial as rope. Artificial, artificial, he will find the love that is the one for Arthur's the lonely one. Arthur.
We can save the completed save. Okay. I don't think there's a new game plus or anything, is there? What happened if we load? Okay, we just the save file is just the credits. But okay. We can just click credits. Well, no more Journeyman. Yeah. Hey, don't worry. There is plenty of FMV gaming still to be had, and other adventure games. I haven't really thought what I'm going to do with this time slot now. Other than wanting to do more adventure games in general. Let me bring us back to chatting screen. All right. And I can quit this and stop this instance of OBS and so on. Shut down the gaming PC. Yeah, so what am I up to now? I think I'm gonna do another Futuristic Rating Friday this Friday. It's been a while. I've not planned what I'll play yet, but it's all a question of what I can get working. I'm quite tempted to get back to some Wipeout. I want to get the Wipeout PSP games working with DLC on my PlayStation TV. And that should make a better version of the game to capture. Yeah. And what else? I've been deep in development. Let me bring back some music. Let's see. Now that I've got the spectralizer in in the scene. I like how it interacts with the crystals in the background there. Dare I change my display settings midstream? Is it a bit too flashy, do you think? I can always do this. There we go. Less flashy that way. Darken the bars would make sense. It's all a question of the, yeah. Actually, the difference between I'll because I've got the editor open, I can turn off the bars actually. There we go. The difference between this spectrum visualizer and the previous one is that the one that I had as part of my overlay had a kind of what's the proper name for it? It was slightly dependent on the previous frame. In particular, it does the effect where each individual bar will rise up on a new peak, but then it will kind of hang there and then drop as though with gravity. Whereas the implementation I have in the scene is just a straight spectrum visualization. I think I would have to write a compute shader as an intermediate step to produce that effect, because the plugin I'm using produces the spectrum visualization directly to a texture. So in order to interpret that, I mean, I could copy the texture back to CPU, but that's just a waste of everyone's time. So compute shader, probably the way to go. Something else to implement. It's hard to nail down exactly the right steps to take to refactor towards the G buffer approach that I want to take to try to speed up the rendering without sacrificing any quality. Because I've got plans to add more to the scene. More polygons just means things get slower. I've tried all of the things that I've tried some of the things that NVIDIA recommends in terms of both how to split up a scene for better performance and they recommend, rather than conditionally tracing rays, to instead always trace a ray but give it making it so that it has a maximum distance of 0, and I tried that and it made performance much worse. So yeah, everything except less rays. Well, I want to remove specifically the primary rays from the camera into the scene and replace them with polygons. Reason being, there are quite a lot of those, and the result is equivalent to a conventional forward pass of polygon rendering, assuming I use the same, assuming that the evaluation of the material at each point is the same. So the idea is to do that first pass that renders to a G buffer that stores the properties of the materials, and then do the actual shading with ray tracing and subsequent reflections as well. It's just tough to refactor all of the code into that format. I don't even have that much unique bits of code in the code base. I did a quick word count. What did I use? CLOC, CLOC, and I think I'm only about 4,000 lines of code in my code base for this project, which is very little. Of course, there's all the third-party stuff, but even so, it's a lot of code to refactor without having a clear vision of where I'm going. And I tend to refactor things a bit too enthusiastically. So I'll start on a refactor of something and then notice something else that needs to change, and so I'll start doing thing B, and then I'll start doing thing C, and so on. And then I'm 5 refactors deep. Nothing is working. Nothing will work until I finish the entire thing. And at that point, I have to give up and say, okay, I've explored the problem. Time to figure out the correct order to do things and start again. So that's the stage I'm at. I know that I want to produce a single render pipeline that can do different types of rendering, and I need the shader to support, I need multiple different shader passes that share as much code as possible, and the Unity's own shaders in the HDRP and URP, those pipelines that can be built in. That's poor phrasing, because the built-in render pipeline is a separate thing. But the new render pipelines do this, where they have forward passes and deferred passes and ray tracing passes, and all of them share code. But there is a lot of abstraction there that I haven't wrapped my head around in the way they do things, and I'm more comfortable just building it up from scratch myself. So that's where I'm at, programming-wise. I might do a development stream during the week at some point. Yeah, will I ever release it? It's a good question. It's a complete mess right now, you know. It's not in a state where it would be useful to other people, because when I need to solve a problem, I can hard code things. Whereas if I release it, I would probably want it to be in a place where, if you need to add, you know, as an example, if you want to create a new procedural material that fits in with the rest of the pipeline, you would have some kind of editor for it. Or if you create a scene, if you need a new render pass or something, like, I would want it to be modular and sensible and documented. Whereas right now it's just full on in prototype mode, right, where it constantly requires maintenance, constantly breaking. So I'm absolutely for releasing it if I polish some part of it that makes sense to release. Then, as an open source project, that'd be a nice thing to do, I think. Roberdino, welcome. How do you miss my streams? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know who my notifications reach exactly. I don't do the thing on Twitter, for example, where you post the link to the stream in a reply, because that feels like, I don't know, second guessing the algorithm. I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah. We've just wrapped up Journeyman Project 3, so the VODs, the full playlists, will be up soon for that. And I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna think of more of another adventure game, maybe FMV, maybe just conventional, to fit into this time slot, I think. Yeah, the Twitch app pushes notifications after a few minutes, right? I myself, I usually find it's like 3 minutes or something before I see it. I've just been rambling on because we finished early, so to speak. Rambling on about my development stuff, but I think I'll wrap it up here for today. So as I mentioned, maybe a development stream during the week, and we'll have Futuristic Racing Friday on Friday. And that's all I'm just wading through a bunch of long-term plans right now. I've got too many ideas and not enough time to do all of them. but I'm not going to run out of ideas. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to drop by. With that said, thank you for watching. It's time for me to go. If you, like me, have caught the Millennium Bug, make sure to watch the next stream or find me out on the World Wide Web by clicking on the links below the video. I've been Millennium Cyborg, keep that future vibe, and I'll see you in the world of tomorrow.